It is Wednesday the 27th, and this is what going away from your house for 3 days does to your garden. Everything's growing like crazy. But look, courgettes, finally. It's because I stopped looking at them for every 2 minutes, but this one got some blossom end rot, so I give it some foliar spray, not foliar spray, some calcium spray, or I might just give it some Tums. But everything needs a good water. It's just bone dry. So yeah, just give everything a really good watering. See how everything in here is doing. I shaded as much as I could over that way. Sorry, I'm just opening the gate. Even my marigolds are dying off. It's so hot. It is 27 degrees at the moment. We've just come back from being away for 2 days where it was in the 30s. So other than hot, everything looks like it's survived. Even the onions. Can you see? Yeah, even the onions are survived. Probably got a million frickin' beans to pick. And my pink lilies have finally opened. They're obviously the late ones. This was a shoot that I stuck in the ground. I have no idea what it is. It looks like it's a cherry tomato. These are the corns. Give them a shake. Yeah, lots of beans. I'll have to come out and harvest. That corn is like frickin' humongous. It is 7 feet tall, maybe, and it still doesn't have a single ear on it yet. But it looks like there's some that are growing there. Melons are doing good, but again, everything needs a good water. It's just cooking out here. So that's what I'll do at the moment, is water everything. Perfect. And apparently I whipped by my Gladiolas. They're finally opening. More pink lilies. I guess I just didn't realize the pink lilies open later than the burgundy lilies do, which are all dying off now. But yeah, all the Gladies are coming. They're just gorgeous. Still nothing spectacular on the El Crapo tomatoes. That's the variety I think they are, is El Crapos. Those have got a couple of nice trusses, but still nothing to write home to mom about. But look at this. Now obviously I don't think it's going to get much bigger. I don't know. I've never grown them before. I'll have to have a look and see what the expectancy is on them. And the cucumbers. Let's see if we can go around this way a bit. I've got to pick this cauliflower. It looks ridiculous. Yeah, no, I'm not impressed with the cucumbers. I've had one off it so far. But again, everything needs water, so I will water. And something's eating the crap out of my leaves. I don't know. Must have got a caterpillar. Yeah, caterpillars. Caterpillar moth got in here, obviously. But it's getting hauled out anyway, so all good. My sweet peas have toppled over. They're so big and so heavy. But that's okay. They're still doing well, but they've got loads and loads of pods on them and lots of bees. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't disturb you. Lots of bees. There's millions of flowers on these tomatoes, the outside tomatoes, but wow, barely any fruit. And there's some over here. These are the ones from Hannah. It's apparently a very large vine tomato, but everything is so far behind this year. But I have to top these because they are a good 9 feet tall now, and I just don't want tomatoes that high. So this is what I did. Put my kales in here and planted the red beard onions that I had up on the porch. These are hopefully overwintering onions, and they should be okay. I'm watering outside still, and I've got a water in here. It's 32 degrees and rising here at the moment, so we'll see how that goes. Don't seem to have any bugs on these, but who knows? I don't seem to have any cabbage whites on them, but something's poking little holes in them. So I don't know. It's always something, isn't it? Good morning, July 28th. Sprouts are all going to seed, so what I'll do is pick as much off as I can. We never get normal size sprouts off them, and we'll just eat them as greens. The pole beans I put in here are growing like regular beans, so again, mislabeled or something. And these beans on the outside, I don't know if you can see, they are heading towards the trees. So they're on the run. So I'm gonna have to come out and top these because I can't reach them anyway. They're on top of my 12-foot sunflowers. Okay, so we'll do some harvesting from this side. Like I said, next time they'll be on an arch. I won't do them this way, but there's loads of them. I got to come out and pick them all today. So that's about it for updates. Black lilies are dying off. Pink lilies are taking over. When I said the lilies are all coming up black, I never realized that the pink ones will bloom later, which is nice because then you've got a profusion of color. And lots of gladiolas in here that should start flowering pretty soon. And the corn's doing really good. And the zinnias are finally surviving the slugs. So yeah, it's a harvesting day. Another harvest of purple beans. They go green when they get too big, but that's okay too. And if they get really, really big, we just shell them and eat the beans inside. It is 11 o'clock in the afternoon. It's 30-something degrees, but I had to come out and water. Got more beans I've got to harvest. Way up there, I think you might be able to see my black sunflowers. They're gorgeous, but they're huge. The stalks on them look like trees. The corn, the ones that I said weren't doing much, are finally producing some ears, but these are huge. Probably, I would say 9 feet tall. And they're getting some male fronds on the top, so we should be able to give them some shake, 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 shake your booty stuff pretty quick. Cucumbers that I planted and forgot are down there. They're doing okay, but they're not producing much. This is my pathetic attempt at a melon, but I don't know if you can see that little tiny flower. It has a frickin' melon. Now, they should be ready to eat by about the year 2032, I would think, at this going rate. Asparagus is just still doing what it's doing, just leaving it to its own devices. And it's going to be an angle shot that's going to suck, but these are the giant yellow lilies. They are the size of my head, the flowers. This one not so giant as my head just yet, but there's my hand, there's the lily, and that's the smaller of them. But there's nothing that smells better than lilies in the garden. They are absolutely, you could walk by them and they do nothing but smell like lilies. That's odd, isn't it? Anyway, that's about it. I'm just drowning everything again. Got some harvesting to do, but it's way too frickin' hot. I got to pick some onions and maybe some carrots. The carrots are being, so you can see the little carrot shoulders down there. Yeah, so we've picked some carrots and that's about it. Everything else is just getting drowned and I'm just going back in the house. It's too hot. I did forget to mention my kidney beans. These are doing really well. They're potting really nicely. We don't pick these as beans. We wait for them to fill out and we pick them as dried beans. And they're really nice just in a dish by themselves with some garlic and olive oil, or we can put them into stews and things. But yeah, there's loads of kidney beans on here this year. They're obviously loving the sun too, as are the purple queens. Okay, I'm out in the back corner here watering, so I thought I'd try and do this real quickly. These are black beauties. That's the only one that's like a definitive size and color. These are Brad's and they're starting to plum out, which is what sorry about that. I have a bee in my squash, but I think it's a pumpkin. I think that's the pumpkin from Hannah. I don't have a pumpkin on it yet that I can see, but I'll have a look in a minute. So Brad's Atomic, Black Beauties. This is, I think, green patty pan. Yes, this is a green patty pan. which is looking a little worse for wear. These are spare melons, just in case my other melon didn't go insane, which obviously it didn't. These are a Roma, but I think they're black icicle, I think they are. And then there's more odds and sods. Those were all the things I stuck in pots because I just didn't have anywhere else to put them. So I think there's a tomato in there, there's a tomato in there, and they're pumpkins or squash or something. So anyway, this is all the stuff that's out on the spare table. And they're surviving. They're not thriving, they're surviving. And that's pretty much all I can ask so far this year. Okay, I just noticed this on my patty pan squash. I don't know if you can catch that. Look at the stalk, the stem. That is so weird. It's almost like a ladder effect. See? That's bizarre. I don't know if there's something living inside it or what. Anybody have any ideas? Let me know. There's some little patty pans on here, so they're waiting to, I guess, get pollinated. Which there's some bees back here, so that's good. So these are all watered now. Water. These ones are doing okay. So I thought I'd give you a quick update on the peppers. This is a purple pepper. It has lovely flowers. See, lovely flowers. Pepper on it, not a frickin' chance. That's okay. This is a regular pepper. I think it's a green pepper, but I'm not positive because I've lost the label, but at least the pepper on it is still alive and growing. The purple moussacas are doing well. They're actually finally elongating and they've got loads of flowers, so that makes me happy. This one is a yellow pepper and it's got sweet pepperall. It's got flowers, it's got bugs, got whatever. I'm just ripping the leaves off. They drive me nuts when they get on my leaves. I know I'm a brutal person. These are the murasaki. They're doing okay. The purple pepper is like a little elongated pepper, but it's still alive and it's still turning purple, which is a good sign. The yellow sunburst, the first two on here got blossom end rot and died. These ones seem to be doing okay, but then I've opened them up a bit more to the bugs. And this one's getting more squash. You saw from my last video, I had some squash in the house. Zucchinis, courgettes, as they're called. But that's doing okay too. So everything else is fine. This, what a disappointment. And I know I've sent seeds for these to everybody else under the sun. This is the Anise Noir black pineapple. Mine look more like black pimples, but they're not dead. That's all I can say. So it is what it is. Still growing, still getting flowers. So, and I decided to grab the patty pans. Not patty pans, sorry. Yellow squash. And it looks like my first, I think they're sun gold. Sure. Because I have a few cherry tomatoes that I mislabeled. Let's give them a shot. Sorry, nothing sweeter than a fresh tomato off the vine. Oh, those are great. Worth waiting for? We'll see. Not a huge harvest, but a harvest nonetheless. And I've got a million beans I've got to do. So I'm going to do what Kara does and just lay them out flat, freeze them, and bag them.
The Salton Sea in Southern California. A strange phenomenon in which nature has placed 400 square miles of salt water in the middle of an arid